Hamas requests Malaysia to lead fight against Trump's Jerusalem decision. Britain and EU reach historic deal on Brexit divorce terms. A very good evening and welcome. You're watching the evening edition of News On 2. I'm Adrian Seat. Palestine's head of Hamas in diaspora, Dr. Maher Salah, today expressed hopes that Malaysia would lead a political effort to stand up against United States President Donald Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Dr. Maher said Malaysia should use its influence and respect in the Arab and Muslim world to lead the effort at different levels to fight the blatant decision on the holy city, which has been rejected by most countries in the world, including those in Europe, Asia and Latin America.
We hope Malaysia, with its influence, with its respect in the Arab and Muslim world, will lead an effort, a political effort on the different levels of the area to actually stand against this decision. This decision was actually rejected by most of the leaders of the world, even in Europe and Asia and Latin America. It is in the very, very small minority that some of the leaders actually accepted this decision.
He said this after paying a courtesy call on the Deputy Speaker of the Dewan Rakyat, Datuk Sri Dr. Donald Kiandi, in Parliament. Trump on Wednesday formally recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, reversing nearly 7 decades of American foreign policy and setting in motion a plan to move the United States Embassy from Tel Aviv to the fiercely contested Holy City. Kiandi said he hoped that the decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital would be evaluated thoroughly, as it was important for the decision to not negatively affect the peace process. Now, UMNO Terengganu expressed confidence that it will once again receive the mandate from the... My apologies. In a unanimous vote, UMNO decided to disallow contests for the party's 2 top positions at the next internal elections, effectively keeping Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak and Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi as President and Deputy President, respectively. The motion to ensure the top 2 positions are uncontested in the next party polls was proposed by the Youth Wing and tabled in UMNO's 71st General Assembly at the Putra World Trade Center today.
Justru atas semangat kebersamaan dan keselingan dan bagi memastikan konsep ini dapat direalisasikan adalah menjadi ketetapan untuk diputuskan di dalam sidang kali ini agar jawatan Presiden Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak dan Timbalan Presiden Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi tidak dipertandingkan di pilihan yang akan datang.
UMNO Permanent Chairman Tan Sri Badruddin Amiruddin raised the motion during the Assembly today before the delegates unanimously voted in favour. Up south, Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid is currently acting Deputy President but will formally hold the post if he is nominated at a party election next year. UMNO has delayed its party elections to the end of 2018 to take place after the 14th general elections, which is also due by August of next year. UMNO Terengganu expressed confidence that it will once again receive the mandate from the people in the next general election. Its liaison chief, Datuk Sri Ahmad Razif Abdul Rahman, who is also the State's Menteri Besar, said the Barisan Nasional backbone had identified and resolved all issues that could affect the party there. On top of that, Datuk Sri Ahmad Razi said UMNO Terengganu had also created a crisis room in addition to its war room to identify party members who have the tendency to sabotage the party's preparation in facing the general election.
Itu kita tak tahulah sebab kita dah hantar semua sekali senarai. Senarai lebih daripada 3 orang. Jadi yang ini dan ini kita pulangkan kepada kebijaksanaan Yang Amat Berhormat Presiden dan Yang Amat Berhormat Timbalan Presiden. Dan juga pengurusan untuk menentukan. Jadi di pihak Negeri Terengganu kita tak ada masalah. Siapa sahaja yang menjadi calon, maka itulah yang akan kita gerakkan dan kerjakan.
He said this when met at the sidelines of the ongoing UMNO General Assembly at the Putra World Trade Center in Kuala Lumpur. Commenting on the presence of opposition parties in Terengganu, Datuk Sri Ahmad Razif said he is confident that it will not affect BN's work in the state. Now, 2 days after all relief centres in 6 districts in Terengganu shut down after the flood situation improved, Kemaman had to reopen a relief centre as flooding has hit Kijal. State Civil Defence Department Director Lieutenant Colonel Che Adam A. Rahman said a relief centre in Teluk Kalong, Kijal began operating since 8 a.m. He said 99 people from the 23 families, all from Kampung Teluk Kalong, Kijal, were evacuated to the Darul Iman Training Centre in the same village. He said the number of evacuees included 36 children and 6 toddlers. They are seeking shelter at the centre following their houses inundated with about 0.5 metres deep in the floodwaters. The Meteorological Department predicts that heavy rain is expected to hit several areas in Terengganu, Kelantan, Pahang, Johor and Sarawak beginning today and will continue until Sunday. The number of flood evacuees in Raub dropped to 212 as of 10 a.m. and 235 as at 6 a.m., enabling 2 relief centres to be closed. Pahang Civil Defence Force Director Zainal Yusof said the 2 centres which closed were the community halls in Kampung Ulu Sungai and Kampung Ulu Renggol. Zainal further disclosed that currently the evacuees were being accommodated at 5 centres in Kampung Temau Community Hall, Segalama Community Hall, Kampung Pia Hall, Sekolah Kebangsaan Chenua and Masjid Jami' Kuala Semantan. He also added that the level of Sungai Lipis at the Batu Malim station, which exceeded the danger point of 115.2 metres this morning, had dropped to the warning point of 114.2 metres. The level of Sungai Dong remained at the warning point of 117.86 metres but was reported to be dropping. Zainal said, however, the level of Sungai Gali at the Gali Bridge was at the warning point of 122.7 metres and rising, and people living along the river face the risk of floods. The Putrajaya Magistrates Court today released 2 men who were remanded to facilitate investigations into illegal mining of sand and gravel in Selangor on MACC bail. Magistrate Aida Khairul Lin Azli allowed the 2 individuals, including a company director, to be released on a bail of 100,000 ringgit with 1 surety each. They were remanded for 10 days from November 30th to facilitate investigations into a bribery case involving illegal mining of sand and gravel in Kajang in 2014. Now, MACC also arrested another 2 men in Kuala Lumpur on November the 29th, and they were released on Wednesday after a 7-day remand on November 30th. Following the arrest, the MACC froze several accounts of the suspected companies containing 4 million ringgit. Initial investigations by MACC found that the mining companies had allegedly offered bribes to local authority officers, allegedly as an inducement not to take action against them. The hashtag Sayang Malaysia Eat Travel Ride program was launched today as part of the National Blue Ocean Strategy or NBOS initiatives to promote tourism to local and foreign tourists and also to instill the spirit of patriotism amongst Malaysians. The program is a collaboration between the Tourism and Culture Ministry, organisers of Visit Kuala Lumpur Year and King's Motorcycle Group Malaysia. The 3-day Bikers Convoy program will travel from Kuala Lumpur, Malacca and Johor and all the way to Singapore as part of their promotional tour. Now, media players are also part of the King's Motorcycle Group's convoy, where they will visit the many destinations and attractions and enjoy the local delicacies along the way. Their experience will be posted and shared in their social media website, hashtag Sayang Malaysia.
Bikers Tourism ni adalah satu kolaborasi yang kita merasakan sangat baik untuk mempromosikan kempen sosial media hashtag Sayang Malaysia, sebuah inisiatif di bawah strategi Lautan Biru Kebangsaan yang bertujuan bukan saja untuk memperkenalkan pakej baru iaitu Bikers Tourism, tetapi juga pada masa yang sama untuk mempromosikan destinasi-destinasi pelancongan yang menarik di negara kita.
It is hoped that the collaboration will help promote the local tourism industry and jumpstart the Visit Malaysia Year 2020. And coming up, McDonald's Malaysia targets 450 more restaurants by year 2025. That story in a moment. You're watching News on 2.
Dapat cari hotel ideal anda? Baiklah, sebelum anda tempah, layari Trivago dan lihat jika anda boleh buat tempahan di laman web lain dengan harga yang lebih rendah. Hotel Trivago.
Thanks for staying with us. Bank Negara Malaysia unveiled more plans to boost electronic payments, which includes increasing cheque fee for processing, enhancing the e-payment infrastructure, and waiving the instant transfer fee of 50 cents. Bank Negara Governor Tan Sri Muhammad Ibrahim said today that from January of 2021, the cheque fee will be increased from 50 cents to RM1 and gradually thereafter to reflect the actual cost of cheque processing. Tan Sri Muhammad Ibrahim said a cheque is a very costly payment instrument to process compared to electronic fund transfer. To support businesses and individuals over the next 3 years, a few initiatives will be implemented.
To support businesses and individuals over the next few years, a few initiatives will be implemented. To drive the migration to e-payments during the transition period, the instant transfer fee of 50 cents would be waived for transactions up to RM5,000 per transaction made by individuals and SMEs, effective from 1st July 2018.
He said this in his keynote speech at the Payment System Forum and Exhibition. Tan Sri Muhammad added the e-payment incentive fund will be enlarged with an additional contribution of RM198 million from financial institutions. The funds will be used to assist account holders to migrate efficiently to e-payments. He said the migration to e-payments was a critical component as it would benefit Malaysia through greater efficiency and productivity, thereby enhancing the country's competitiveness. McDonald's Malaysia is aiming to open 450 more restaurants by year 2025 and thus opening at least another 10,000 job opportunities. Its managing director and operating partner, Azmir Jaafar, said under the new Reza Group's ownership and as part of the company's 10-year growth plan, an amount of RM1.4 billion would be spent for the setting up of the new restaurants. Azmir said as of now, McDonald's has 265 outlets in the country with a total manpower of 12,000 people. He said the group is also committed to upgrade other restaurants in the country and has allocated an investment of between RM50 million to RM100 million for the purpose in the next 3 years. He said this at the McDonald's Bukit Bintang grand opening event today. Azmir said the Bukit Bintang outlet, being the first ever McDonald's restaurant in the country, it was significant to refurbish and transform it with new technologies and innovative customer service concepts. Azmir also added that despite the rise in inflation and the cost of living, McDonald's menu prices had only increased between 2 to 3% annually to cover the rising cost of business. Also present at the event were the Domestic Trade, Cooperatives and Consumerism Ministry Secretary General, Dato Sri Jamil Saleh. Asia Motorsports Chandrian Berhad aims to sell 200 Subaru brand vehicles in 2018 in East Coast states. Managing Director Amir Iskandar Hisham Khairul said the target is expected to be achieved following November 30th launch of the latest models, the Subaru XV 2.0i and 2.0iP, attracting attention of customers. At a starting price of between 118,819 and 125,868 ringgit, excluding insurance, the vehicle is suitable for those who dream of owning a luxury car with a reasonable value. Also included are various security features as well as a more comfortable interior space.
Model Subaru ni bukan yang disangkakan adalah model yang mahal sebenarnya. Dia dia adalah model yang mampu milik. Okey, pasalnya dia adalah standing macam brand-brand lain seperti Mitsubishi, ASX apa semua tu. Dia adalah model luxury daripada model yang sedia ada sudah keluar. Tapi harga tidaklah terlalu mahal, mampu milik.
He was speaking after the officiation of the ceremony of the vehicles at the May Asia Motorsports Sdn Bhd showroom at Jalan Long Yunus in Kota Baru. An overwhelming demand for the new Myvi has surpassed the 20,000 unit milestone since bookings were opened a month ago. Now, so far, Perodua has delivered 4,500 units of the new Myvis to buyers. Managing Director of Perodua Sales Sdn Bhd, Dato' Dr. Zahari Hussain, in a statement disclosed that the company's primary focus is to ensure the delivery of the new model units within a set time period. He said Perodua has sold 184,707 of the new Myvi units for the first 11 months of 2017, an increase of 1.2% compared to 182,485 units sold in the same period of last year. The local vehicle manufacturer currently has 181 sales centres and 214 service centres across the country. For this month, Perodua is offering rebates of up to 2,000 ringgit for the Azia, Beza and Alza models. LBS Bina Group Berhad will launch the One Malaysia Civil Servants Housing or PPA-1M and Rumah Selangorku project in the first quarter of 2018. The PPA-1M project is located in Bukit Jalil and Alam Perdana, while Rumah Selangorku is in Bandar Saujana Putra. Now, according to the Group Managing Director, Tan Sri Lim Hong San, the gross development value or GDV of PPA-1M and Rumah Selangorku are each worth 492 million ringgit and 236 million ringgit respectively.
As for this, PPIM is assured with the price itself, the government will subsidize to this government servant like Bukit Jalil, like Ibu Al-Qadana.
He was speaking to the media after launching the first LBS Bina property gallery in M3 shopping complex. Samurai sword attack leaves 3 dead at a Tokyo shrine. That and more coming up in our foreign segment. You're watching this on 2. Stay with us. On to sports. The Football Association of Malaysia, or FAM, has announced that Tan Cheng Ho has been appointed as the new head coach of the national football squad, the Harimau Malaysia. Cheng Ho is a former Kedah coach and was appointed as an assistant to Vingada this year. The appointment was to fill the vacancy left by Nilo Vingada, who has resigned as head coach of the Harimau Malaya squad on Wednesday. Other than Vingada, his 2 assistants, Wao Arnaldo Correa del Carvalho and Francisco Jose Bruto da Costa, also stepped down from their respective posts as assistant coach and fitness coach. Cheng Ho has wide experience with the Harimau Malaya squad and was assistant coach to Dato' Rajagopal when they won the 2010 Suzuki AFF Cup. Before becoming the assistant coach of Harimau Malaya, Cheng Ho was coach of the Kedah team who brought back the glory to the northern state in the Malaysian League. Cheng Ho became Kedah coach in 2014 and led the Red Hawks to the Malaysia Cup in 2016. And that item concludes this evening's edition of News on 2. In our top story, Hamas requests Malaysia to lead fight against Trump's Jerusalem decision. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. I'm Adrian Seed. Stay tuned to TV2. Have a pleasant evening. Good night. Tamil News up next.